Alex had a pretty neat idea with space pirates and zombies. They probably could have just added a few new bits and a new story and called it a sequel, and fans would have lapped it up. Space Pirates and Zombies 2 is not that though. Gone is the 2D art, almost static galaxy and minimal player development. In its place are customisable 3D spaceships, an ever-evolving galaxy with hundreds of other ship captains, factional infighting and some RPG elements thrown in for good measure. And more space zombies, of course, they always come back. Without giving away too much of the campaign story, you start the game in charge of what is left of the crew from the original game and the cobbled together ship they're flying. You're kind of set loose on the galaxy, nudged in the direction of making some new friends. The other captains, whether they're independents like you or aligned with other factions, can help or hinder you along the way. They're all capable of thinking for themselves, after a fashion, remembering everything they see other captains doing. If you fly around gunning down every ship of one faction, your standing with the entire faction will drop considerably, but it may rise with another. So that's the pirate bit. The zombies, of course, just want to assimilate the entire population of the galaxy. There's no negotiating with them, and they really don't care what else is going on in the galaxy. They're not dumb, they have a unique intelligence, and captains defeated by zombies maintain some of their own individuality when they join the undead fleet. In the original game, you would get a pre-built ship layout due to the 2D graphics with a certain number of hardpoints to which you could attach weapons and other utility items. Now though, things are a little more complex. At the heart of your ship is a base cube, which has 4 attachment points to which you can attach extra core segments, wings, noses, or engines. If the center cube is destroyed, you're reloading a save or riding an escape pod. You use a tractor beam to manipulate parts into other desired locations, which can be a little finicky at times, but it's a fun process. New parts can be purchased from starbases or picked up as loot after battles, and you can swap them in and out freely. The most common shipbuilding strategy, especially among the AI, is to put additional core parts both fore and aft your primary core, creating a long ship. Strap some wings alongside both sides, a narrow nose at the front and a narrow engine at the rear, and you have a perfectly good ship. Digging further into the parts list will reveal some parts that require more than one attachment point. Larger engines in particular can be appealing as your ship will move a lot faster, but you'll have to sacrifice some attachment points lengthwise. If you find a lot of really good engines and nose parts, you could go with a very wide ship instead, putting your extra cores left and right of the main core. You'll end up with 1 slot wings on either side of your ship, which may limit your steering somewhat, but place your weapons carefully and you could wreck a lot of ships in the first pass. All this ship assembling is leading to battle, naturally. Combat plays out much like the battles of Star Trek, with the large ships jockeying for the most advantageous position to unload their arsenal of beams, cannons and missiles, while avoiding the enemy's attempts to do the same. It's when zombies start getting involved that things start getting a lot more complicated. You still need to worry about positioning your ship in the best fashion to fight the raw power of the enemy ship, but even more concerning are the infection-laden rockets many of them carry. If you get hit dead on with one while your shield is up, all the little zombie giblets will shred out your shield in the blink of an eye. If your shield is down, the trouble really starts. Once the infection gets a toehold on your ship, it will start to spread. During the battle, this will decrease your overall ship health and impact your systems. It's rough. The problems don't end if you win the fight. Once you get back to the galaxy map, the infection will begin to spread unless it's dealt with. The more heavily infected your ship has become, the harder it will be to cleanse. Also, there's star bases you can capture, as you can zombies and everybody else, and a sandbox mode where all bets are off and you can do whatever you want. But mostly you build a ship and look for ways to make your ship better and try to avoid getting eaten by zombies before your ship is good enough to kill all the zombies. It's great. The early access version of the game has the single player portion fully fleshed out and playable from start to finish. Multiplayer may be added later, but the single player alone, in its current state, is more than enough to justify the purchase.